and somebody says, hey, you want to play some cornhole? You might think this is a sexual advancement.
Yeah, right? Like, oh, you coming on to me, man? Let's get out of here and play some cornhole.
Let's focus in on the greatest region of this country, the Midwest. You know, being a Midwest boy, and we have some funky names for things.
I know this is not a novel idea. It makes no sense that that area is called the Midwest.
Well, I never stopped to question it. That's just what we are.
It's just what you are. It's your identity.
That is my identity. And now I will share with you my culture. First of all, we have traffic lights that change colors. Right. What do you call these?
I mean, you just said it, like a traffic light?
Traffic light. Maybe a stoplight even?
Yeah, I guess stoplight.
Now, in the Midwest, we are known to call these stop-and-go lights.
Hey, you're yanking my chain, right, man? You're just playing?
No,
the real episode starts right after this. Where we
stop-and-go lights.
Stop-and-go light?
It's more descriptive, I guess.
I mean, I guess to be fair, like, although traffic is a little more concise, you know, lights that dictate the flow of traffic, stop and go is like, that's what it does. It tells you when to go and it tells you when to stop. It even gives you a nice little warning before you have to stop. You have time to slow down.
This must be a more rural thing, because I had a girlfriend who grew up in the country, and she was the only one I knew that called this stop and go lights. And I thought that was culture shock to me.
You know what? At least it is an accurate description.
It's not even an accurate description, because they got stop, go, and slow down. Why is it not a stop, go, and slow down light?
Well, to be fair, it's like a yield, prepare to stop sort of thing. So I can lump that in with stop and go. At least it's not a misnomer. At least it's not just a fucking stupid, completely like I get this. It's a little wordy, but I get it.
This has to come from when you live in a small bumfuck town and you only have one traffic light.
Yeah, that's the stop and go light.
That's the stop and go light.
That's the stop and go light. There's only one.
And there really is no traffic to speak of, because there's no cars on the road.
Can't call it a traffic light when the only thing passing through that is the occasional horse.
This one's even worse. So you got that beanbag game with the board with the hole in it. What's that called?
It's cornhole, baby.
Okay. See, I'm glad we're on the same page, because I was thinking that I would say cornhole and you'd say what? What do you call that?
No, yeah, I don't know what else to. I don't know what else I would call it other than cornhole.
Cornhole. Yeah, that's just dirty.
I mean, hey, no, you fill the sacks with corn and you throw them in the hole. You pervert.
But they're bean bags.
Anything else?
It should be called bean hole.
I know, but I
called bag hole.
They were probably a throw baggy hole is what it should be called.
Sack in a hole.
Throw bag and hole and wooden board game.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone around here calls it cornhole. What else could it be called?
I don't know.
Just moving on.
I don't know.
What?
Next up,
you were just hoping that maybe I called it something different.
Well, I found a list of things that Midwesterners know, or
I see
our traditions. One of them, playing cornhole. You go to a family reunion, they're playing cornhole. They're cornholing each other.
So here's a couple of nicknames for cornhole, as if the name was not already ridiculous enough. Bago. Like doggo, but bag. Beanbag toss.
Beanbag toss.
Dummy boards. Doghouse. Dad hole, which is crazy.
I don't like that.
I don't like sack.
It's Father's Day, and I don't like that dad hole name.
Yeah, happy Father's Day. Let's go put a dad hole. Beanbag. Bean in the hole. Ramps. Beanbags. Also known regionally as sack toss.
Listen, imagine you've always called it sack toss, and somebody says, hey, you want to play some cornhole? You might think this is a sexual advancement.
Yeah, right? Like, oh, you coming on to me, man? What? I mean, let's get out of here and play some cornhole. Yeah, but the rest of us normal people are calling it by the not at all sexual name cornhole.
How about, I'm just going to say this one. A lot of people call this vacuum a sweeper. Kind of antithetical, right?
Yeah, because once again, it's a misnomer. It doesn't sweep, it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
It vacuums.
A broom, that should be called a sweeper, maybe.
Yeah, if you're going to fucking call anything a sweeper, why aren't you calling a broom a sweeper? It sweeps.
This is a vacuum, but yeah.
You're gonna call the vacuum?
This might be a sweeper.
That's kind of a silly name. I'm not going to lie. Who calls that a sweeper? I don't know. Not me.
People in the Midwest, maybe other places
and
too.
Where you live?
Yeah, I've heard people call it a sweeper.
That's nuts because a broom sweeps, a vacuum vacuums. That's nuts. That's crazy. I mean, I just can't get over that. You guys are a bunch of crazy people up there. We had agreed on pretty much. Listen, when we agreed on cornhole, I thought that we were kind of brothers in arms. We really kind of came together on that one. But I cannot abide by sweeper for vacuum. That's nuts. That's
I understand. Crazy. Well, let's get some more division here, maybe, or maybe we'll find unity on this next one.
I would love to have a little bit of division.
Somebody told me this recently, and it was very alarming to me.
Okay.
Every Friday here in the Midwest, it's Fish Friday.
Right.
All the restaurants, batter fried cod, that's their special. We're all going out for fish. It's Friday night. What are we doing? We're going out for fried fish. No questions about it.
Friday night came to this bitch right. I ain't in this bitch to party. I'm in this bitch to fight and have some fish.
Yes. And somebody told me, well, that's kind of like a Wisconsin thing. Like people in Minnesota, they don't do that. I thought, what? This tradition that I've lived my entire life is like not a worldwide thing?
Oh, so you're just so... Okay, I thought we were going to get into like this weird fish and chips thing, and I was going to be like, no, those are French fries. I thought that's maybe where this conversation was headed, but
I'm wondering, is this a tradition for you?
Fish Friday, where you have fish on Friday?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so not every restaurant near you is having fried fish every Friday night. Make it a big deal about it.
No, I don't think that anybody's ever made a big deal about it ever.
Okay, yep.
And now, to be fair, I mean, fish is a popular dish here. People do like a good bit of fried fish.
Right.
But I've never heard any sort of regionally locked excitement about Friday specifically being the day to consume fish.
Well, that's like a Catholic thing. With Lent and the not eating meat, and then there's some loophole about, well, okay, on Fridays you can eat fish. And that's why McDonald's made the filet of fish is for during Lent. And
did they make the filet of fish for Lent?
Yes. It was very culture shocking for me when I realized that this is not just a thing that everybody does.
I can imagine that would be like, oh, what the fuck? You guys aren't doing Fish Friday?
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's how it goes. You grow up and you're eating something all the time, or you experience a certain thing, and everybody around you seems to be on the same page there. And then you realize that kissing your cousins is not normal.
Yeah, I mean, one day you wake up and you're like, hold on a minute. Have I been taught wrong?
Not everybody in the country is doing this?
Yeah, I've got tunnel vision my whole life. Then one day you wake up and not everyone's fucking eating rolls with pepperoni in them, kissing cousins. It's crazy.
All right, well, now we're going to talk about Midwest pronunciation.
I can't wait for this.
I know there's going to be some division here.
I'm excited. Because I'm excited for this.
I feel like, sure, different foods, different traditions, that's all well and good. We can all get along there. But when you meet somebody from a different region, it's like the first thing you notice is they talk different than me.
Yes, I feel like I'm not the best representative to put forth to represent Appalachia because, as you can tell, I do not have the regional accent that most people have around here.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not grow up with a lot of the vernacular. I didn't grow up saying any of those things, but that's what a lot of people around here grew up saying.
Well,
is those kind of slang terms.
Let's do this. We'll speak for ourselves, what we say, and then say, well, people around me, or I've heard said like this before.
All right.
Because there are some Midwest pronunciations that I've heard that I don't use. Because I can only sound like 75% stupid rather than 100. So, all right, first up, bag. I would say, this is a bag. And the other Midwesterners, they might even say beg with kind of an E sound.
Yeah.
And I feel like when I meet people from outside of the region, beg is like the word that they take issue with the most.
Oh, really? That's like a big point of contention for a lot of people?
It is. Apparently Midwesterners say bag weird. I don't know.
The soft A and the soft E sounds are pretty similar, right? As long as your enunciation isn't like fucking perfect. When you're kind of just speaking normally without a heavy emphasis on dictation, like most people would, I think the difference between bag and like beg, it's noticeable, but I would hardly say that it's offensive. I'll let it slide.
Well, a lot of people in the Midwest would also say milk. They would say milk with an E. And I'm probably guilty of this a lot of times too, though I consciously do try to say milk.
Oh, you're trying to correct yourself.
I don't want to sound like a dummy and say it wrong.
You can take the boy out of Wisconsin, but you can't take the Wisconsin out of the boy.
That's true. But yeah, when I'm not really thinking about it, it's milk.
I wouldn't even say that it's being mispronounced. At that point, it's just a regional accent or vernacular, and that's not even like saying things wrong. That's just saying things differently.
Well, sure. Yeah, and I'm not necessarily saying this is the wrong way to say it.
But I think with like beg and milk, at that point in casual conversation, I might not even notice that you're saying it differently.
How about pillow?
We're just getting a lot of E sounds.
I lay my head down at night on my pillow.
I say pillow.
Right, and I do too.
But once again,
but only because it's been pointed out.
Yeah, but the thing is that, like I said, that soft E sound is a little sneaky. You know, if somebody said, "Oh, you know, I got a new pillow. I got a new pillow," I'd be like, "Okay, cool, man. I got a couple pillows myself at home."
Mm-hmm. People outside of Wisconsin call it Wisconsin. Yeah, I went down to Wisconsin and got some good cheese.
What the fuck? Hold on, what?
It's not Wisconsin. It's Wisconsin.
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 Wisconsin. Am I saying it right or wrong?
Say it again.
I think we're saying the same. Wisconsin.
See,
no, I'm overthinking. That's not even how I normally say it. You're fucking me up.
I think you say it like an outsider.
I say Wisconsin.
Sure, yeah. It's a little too much emphasis on the con. You know, that's what the.
No, I don't even know. I'm fucked up now. Like, I don't even know.
I expect that you'll be a little psyched out because of these.
Now I don't know how I've ever said it. Hold on. I got to reset conversation.
Okay.
Carlby lives in Wisconsin.
I like that.
That's how I would say it.
Yeah. I would not view you as an outsider if you said that.
I overthought it. I was like, Wisconsin. That's fucking me up.
All right. Let's get away from the E sounds.
Please.
Syrup.
I say syrup. But it's once again, it's not one of those things that I'm going to be particularly offended by. I don't think it's an egregious offense. Now, I will say, a lot of people say caramel.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked up. That's so much work. It's just say caramel. Just don't make it like 8 syllables. Just say caramel and move on about your day. But syrup, that's fine. You know, just don't be saying caramel.
Depending on the context, I'll say either. That's the weird thing.
Actually, you know what? I get that. Sometimes I catch myself slipping up a little bit, and I'll be saying pronunciations that I wouldn't even normally say. I don't know what side of me is coming out when I say syrup.
Uh-huh.
I say syrup all the time. I say syrup, and I'm like, oh, who was that?
Yeah.
Who was talking just then? I don't know.
All right. How about theater? A lot of people in the Midwest might call it a theater, a movie theater.
Oh, so like a super hard T sound?
Yeah, just take out the A entirely, pretty much. It's not like a theater.
I thought
it's just a theater.
No one says theater. That's a fucking lie. If you're like in the comments, oh, I actually say theater. No, you don't. You're a fucking liar. I don't believe you. Now, theater, I think it comes down to how much enunciation people are willing to put into their words when speech is not necessarily of the utmost importance. I'm saying theater.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. It's a theater.
It's a theater.
How about a coupon?
Are you referring to calling it like a coupon? Like a coupon?
Not a coupon. I wouldn't say coupon, but I'd say it's a coupon, and not a.
Well, I call it
not a coupon.
Let's not get our intentions across. I also call it a coupon. I don't call it a coupon.
Okay, but would you call it a coupon, or have you ever heard that before?
Oh, like the U sound, like coupon.
Yeah.
Everyone around here says coupon. Everyone around here likes talking as easily as possible.
Okay.
That's why we make it's why a lot of 2 and 3 syllable words around here have been sort of reduced down to 1 syllable.
Right.
Just easier.
So I'm glad to see we're finding some agreement here. Maybe we're not so different, you and I,
yes.
Mel.
Hey, you and I.
Unfortunately, this was only tier 1. This is easy mode.
Uh-oh.
Okay, tier 2, this is where we're going to disagree. My mom's sister, that's my aunt.
I'm gonna have to disagree. That's my aunt, man. That's my aunt.
You hear somebody say aunt in the Midwest, they're not from around here. We send them back.
You know that you have you seen Inglourious Basterds?
Mm-hmm.
You know that scene where he says, "Oh, I'll have 3 more beers," and the German guy's like, "Oh, yeah." That's how it is. I'm gonna be like, "Oh yeah, my aunt's in town," and like all of the Midwesterners are gonna slowly turn their heads towards.
Everybody drops their cheese and beer and looks at you.
You can hear a pin drop in that room. But yeah, no, I say aunt.
Next one. This is one that I heard you say, I think, in a couple episodes, and it just makes me crazy. It's lawyer.
Cool. Like with an OY sound?
That's how I would say it. That's how when I know would say it. It's a lawyer.
I hate to be the bearer of that news. It's lawyer.
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 Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess lawyer is not that bad, but people around here certainly don't call them that.
Yeah, when I hear lawyer, that like pricks up my ears, you know? Like that's different. Like they're actually pronouncing it like the way it's spelled. That's weird.
Yeah, that's fucking. Yeah, you would think that people around here wouldn't be doing that,
right?
But no, lawyer is. I don't hear lawyer a lot.
Mm-hmm. How about groceries?
Yeah, I say groceries.
A lot of people might say groceries, and they might turn up their nose at you. Grocery calling folk.
Hey, I do a 3-syllable count. I do groceries.
Oh well, you know what? I would go even lazier, and I'd say Midwest. We're groceries.
Just groceries.
Groceries.
I mean, I can't say it without that. Like you know, Thomas. Sometimes like you say something and your brain kind of fills in that syllable.
Right.
Like I'm saying groceries. Right. There's pretty much zero. There's like 1% emphasis on that er. But in my head, I'm still hearing 3 syllables.
Yeah.
I'm not going to turn my nose up at a groceries at a 2-syllable. It's a weird word. Groceries.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Fuck that. Just say groceries.
Even weirder if you say groceries. Apparently is the proper way to say it, and they'll tell you that's the right way to say it.
An S, like no H, so just groceries.
Gotta eat the booty like groceries. Have you not heard that song?
I've heard the song many a time. I went to high school. Groceries is nuts. I don't even like say it's uncomfortable to come out of my mouth. I don't even like the way that feels.
Now this one we found division on before, and this is pajamas.
Yeah, well, I think that comes down to we're back to that harsh A sound that we found in aunt versus aunt. You're saying aunt and pajamas, and I'm saying aunt and pajamas because I'm a educated man.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm not a simpleton.
Now, this next one I hear a lot when I'm watching YouTubers that are just from all around the country because I must be in the minority with this one, but this is tour. Like my favorite band is going on tour.
Oh, like you're doing a bit of a double syllable.
Yeah, I suppose.
I say tour.
Tour. Yeah, that's what I hear very often. It's just tour. Like TOR.
Tour.
Almost.
Once again, if it can be reduced to 1 syllable, we're gonna do it.
It's a tour. My favorite band is going on tour.
Yeah, going on tour.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. Just like outside, never in person, but on the internet. That's how I hear that a lot. It makes me think, am I wrong? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Well, yeah, no, the internet is it's full of lies. So I'd be wary of anybody saying tour.
Yeah. And then lastly, this is one that I can't go without. Pretty much any verb that ends in ing. It's always just in.
Sometimes that in just sounds better. But sometimes that hard pronunciation of the ing, it sort of kills the momentum of a sentence, and sometimes that in just sounds better.
Mm-hmm.
I use it interchangeably, but I'm on the in train like 80% of the time.
Right. But it's always like, I was walking around the room to avoid working. Sorry, I didn't answer my phone. I was working.
Yeah, what are you, a fucking robot? I was walking around the room. No, I was walking around the room.
I wasn't working. I was working.
I was working.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I'm not gonna do the ing. I'm not gonna put that much work, that much effort. That's a lot of energy to burn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a busy man. I can't take time to pronounce every ing.
All right. Well, I'm glad that we are not so divided on these. And maybe if we got somebody from the South or, the West Coast or England, then we might have some problems.
Yeah, no, then we can kind of come together.
Mm-hmm.
We can put aside our differences and berate them for their, stupid words.
Yeah.
Subscribe for more videos and shorts from The Long Couch. Follow the link in the description below to stream full episodes on Spotify. And keep up with Carl and Mel on Instagram and Twitter.